Hello and welcome back to my channel. On this episode, I don't have a joke to make with this because it's not funny. We had another series of mass shootings yesterday outside of Atlanta, Georgia, and in Cherokee County. Yeah, there's a place in Georgia called Cherokee County, but that's a video for a different day. 8 people are dead. 6 of them are most likely of Asian descent, and Asian women that worked within the massage parlors that were attacked. And like I said, it's one of those videos where we're just not gonna have a whole lot of bouncing around or me being fun because it's sad. Alright, so let's just get on into it, shall we? At around 5 p.m., 5 people were shot at Young's Asian Massage Parlor 30 miles north of Atlanta. 2 people were dead on scene. 3 were taken to the hospital, where 2 later died. About 50 minutes later, police in the Buckhead neighborhood of Atlanta responded to a robbery in progress at another Asian massage parlor, and 3 women were found dead while they were responding to that. Across the street, a shot rang out and another woman was murdered. I, as you know, if you've been following this channel for quite some time, do not mention the name of the shooter. I don't believe in mentioning the names of the shooters. We should not be making these people famous. Personally, in my opinion, they deserve to go down as nameless, faceless idiots who we never know their names because they want the notoriety and they want the fame, and I'm not going to give it to them. There's a lot of conversations going on right now about whether this was an Asian hate crime. And there are people saying, well, he was a sex addict. One cop who has anti-Asian bias, which I will get into in another video, said that he was just having a bad day and his sex addiction got the best of him. No. This was a hate crime directed at Asian women. And even if he, quote unquote, didn't hate Asian women, let's have this conversation about white men that objectify Asian women and how he did not see these women as human beings, as, people with families, loved ones, worthy of anything other than if they weren't his object for his pleasure, then they were his object for aggression. They were objects to him, not human beings. And he targeted them for that fetish. And we shouldn't be fetishizing any race whatsoever. But this just shows to how bad fetishization can be. If that is indeed his true motive, it is still a hate crime. It is still extremely racist. And 8 people are dead because of it. I don't even know where to go with these anymore. I make a lot of these videos and they hurt every time, and the Asian community is reeling. The American community that isn't disgusting is reeling because we're so tired of having to put up with mass shooters in this country while our congressmen do nothing, while our state legislators do nothing, and allow this to continue to happen and offer us thoughts and prayers. We don't want your thoughts and prayers. We want your freaking action. We want you to do your jobs and protect people. We want you to stop pushing anti-Asian agendas and stop blaming this coronavirus on the Asian community, because Asian hate crimes are up like 150% since Donald Trump and the Republican Party started this whole anti-Asian sentiment that, it came from Asia, Asia bad. And it's being taken out on innocent people. Genuinely innocent people. Like these 8 people shot in a massage parlor by a 21-year-old who, quote unquote, had a sex addiction. I cannot state this enough and again. It was a hate crime. Any way you look at it. If he was just targeting Asians to target Asians, or if he was fetishizing them and mad because he couldn't be responsible for his own urges, because he got frustrated and needed to take out these women because they were giving him urges. He is a grown man, responsible for his own actions. These women doing their jobs, simply existing, are in no means responsible for his fetish and his desires. The only person in this room that is responsible for that is him. I don't know how any other way to spell this out for you as simply as possible. He is the one that is responsible for his actions. He is the one that if he was having such an issue and such a bad day and, was just feeling so bad for himself and he just hated himself because he couldn't control his urges, then go seek help. You don't get a gun and you don't shoot and kill 8 people. You just don't. It's not an excuse. He fetishized them. He didn't see them as human beings. He saw them as objects and property. Because for some reason or another, white people like to fetishize Asian women. It is not okay. It is not acceptable. It is a hate crime any way you look at it. And I'm not playing this game anymore. So, it's that simple. Please click onto my next video where we talk about the cop that had anti-Asian sentiments, and he's the one that said that he was just having a bad day, because we're going to go off there too. And I will see you later.